A day after Anglican Archbishop Ole Sapit revealed tense moments when Wafula Chebukati called them for a moment of prayer in his matrimonial home before going to Bomas of Kenya to announce results, we have seen newspapers splash headlines and touting the former immediate IBC chair as a semi-god or a man that saved the country. But this also happens coincidentally as the other Cherera 4, the only surviving member of Cherera 4, Masit, tries to prove his innocence before Judge Muchelule-led tribunal. Welcome to the Bold Analysis. My name is Kevin Oduor. In this episode, I want us to look at how the individuals profiling by at the helm at the IBC is a cover-up of the faceless ghosts that honestly could be affecting the body. In simple terms, I think is an escapist narrative. I'm speaking partly about this. I bought this newspaper yesterday on Sunday and Friday. Person of the year, the 61-year-old man, they're saying, Wafula Chebukati is a chairman, as a calm man, slow to anger and weighs his words before he speaks. In the midst of anarchy, he has a rare gift of maintaining his cool, but beneath the calm mien is a man of steel whose resolve to do good cannot be chained even by a battalion. This was what Chebukati did when he declared William Ruto on August 15th, the president-elect. So, this is what I'm talking about, guys. And I want you to understand it so that we cut a very interesting angle in this. Before we dive deep, I want to humbly request you to subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, and also support our video by sharing this 15th season. And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you and your family from any part of the globe, from every part of the globe where you are watching this video. I need to do an update about the job advert I mentioned here. The startup needed 2 people. I'm going to forward the names. Of course, I've received many, so I'm going to forward the names to the employer. Then he's going to get back to you guys and find out who we can work with. And I encourage us, if you have a job that you think you need some 2 or 3 people and quickly you can get, we have professionals who are also subscribers here as we build this community. I also promise that I also have one chance coming for you next year. So keep in touch. We have seen an individualistic approach in handling these matters of IBC. And from my observation, it's an escape narrative. And on this matter, we should not escape the real issues that are actually affecting the IBC. You know, after the JLAC in the National Assembly, formation of that tribunal and the petition process, we have been taken through dramas and circle. We have been shown grainy CCTVs of where IBC commissioners slept, and only where the 4 slept, and all the private engagements on what they do, in what I can authoritatively say that is aimed at framing a very easy narrative that Cherera 4 commissioners were close to Raila Odinga's team. And I've always wondered why there is consistently this narrative being pushed, because we are all in agreement that Cherera 4, Cherera, Wanderi, Masit, and Nyangaya's press briefing in Serena Hotel was in conformity with what Raila Odinga said later. Then the same measure, we are also in agreement that Wafula Chebukati was speaking the same language as that of William Samoei Ruto. So the lines have been drawn. The reality that we know is that while Cherera 4 could have had a soft spot for Raila Odinga, Wafula Chebukati and the rest of the team do not have a share of neutrality, but they also carry a tag of being pro William Samoei Ruto. So that's why for me, this CCTV is about this commissioner, Tuju, Salat. It doesn't, for me, it doesn't hold because it doesn't change anything. In fact, it tries to prove that. And so, interestingly, the Azimio team have also been drawn into the individual profiling spree. There is profiling spree of who, while you need to call others as rogue, on the other end, you need to call the chair and the others as the heroes of the year. So, look at Ole Kanchori, Raila's chief agent. He's been out in previous interviews, name calling on who messed Raila Odinga's campaigns. And I normally say in the Luo, there is a say that says that Yanyogwang. Is it Yanyogwang or Yangwang? So what that means is, if you found me, for example, you're walking. I want to use the example. You're unatembea and someone snatches your phone and wewe unajua hii place ni hatari lakini wewe umeshika simu hivi. While you blame the victim, while you blame the perpetrator, or rather you blame the person that have done the ill, you also have a share yourself as a sense of responsibility. So that's my summary on Ole Kanchori's part. I have a problem, and I don't know that I'm the only one that is looking at it this way. The more we talk about Cherera, Chebukati, Junet, I don't know who, the more we talk about individuals, we are simply taking an escape narrative. And I want to ask a question. Do you think everything is fine? Do you think everything went on fine? I've always asked this, and I don't want to sound plain. Do you think kila kitu nienda sawa? I wish one day in my life I once sit down with someone, even Wafula Chebukati, and ask him this question. Do you think everything went on fine? So guys, the reason I'm talking about this is I'm looking at it as an escape route. Because at the end of this process, at the end of judicial tribunal and so, we will only be getting to the next conversation will be on how we replace the people. How we're going to replace Commissioner Wale Chebukati and the others, and how we're going to replace the individuals. So let me take you back. Do you know that this country is discussing the split screen, but they're not discussing the split? The split screen where Wafula Chebukati is in Bomas and Cherera 4 are giving their press briefings in Lenana. That to me is what people who hype this thing call anarchy. They use very big words to describe it as anarchy, sending the country into turmoil, and you know. But honestly, the political class has declined to discuss the split. At what point, what exactly is it just fine? Have we normalized a situation where we have a commissioner where 4 are the other side and 3 are this side? I know they're human beings. So what do we need to do? The other 4 commissioners were brought in by President Uhuru Kenyatta in 2021. So we should be talking about legal framework that kama watatu wakiresign na tumetoka kwa election na wale wengine walikuwa wengine, and we have the process that is domiciled in the office of within the powers of the president. So we should be talking about this. The reason why I'm saying this is this. We've been told tales about how um, we've been told tales about how National Security Advisory Council, I don't know, approached who and was talking about altering results for a and so we've been told all those narratives. So why are we normalizing it? Where if we are to believe what they're saying, people who are going after these individuals, if you're to believe what people are saying, then why don't you also pursue that? So that this conversation is not narrowed down to Tuju, Nick Salat, Cherera. This thing is about a ring. We simply tend to go around the ring, but what is inside the ring, we don't want to look at what is inside the ring. I don't know whether I'm making sense. And I've always asked it this way. We have a secretariat that sides with Chebukati. So is it simply there is a question of the split brings the question of quorum. So should we just have a majoritarian? Is it just a simple majoritarian rule? Or what exactly it is? Perhaps this time round, we had a chairman that had results, was not in agreement with the other four commissioners, and perhaps results were actually a depiction of the will of the people. How about next time we have another chairman with results, but is upside down, where he go the other way around? And because we did not deal with it, and we are not willing to deal with it, we will judge the chairman and the rest. We will judge the individuals. So I think the discussion needs to be taken a little bit further. It is about time we talk about electronic infrastructure. Are we giving it a clean bill? I know we've spent money on tribunal, and after we are done with whether Commissioner X did wrong and so is a man of the people, I think we should be getting to a level of a tribunal, not a tribunal, but a task force. I don't know that it's within the law, within what is available in the legal framework, to look into what exactly our electoral body needs. Because I can promise you, the more we talk about individuals and push these narratives about what that person got wrong and this person got right, we are going to get lost on a very key point. Did the system work? Was it acceptable? It should not be lost to this country that there are a lot of issues around it. There were a lot of Venezuelan guys, controversial even bringing issues. There were a lot of things in terms of procurement. We should be talking about what is the legal framework and what exactly will be the best world global practice to procure an electronic infrastructure that is we're going to be used in an election that is going to be acceptable and reliable, accountable, and verifiable by all the political players. I need to put a disclaimer. It's not possible to convince all. I know. Last, let me finish with this. There is a very valid point. The question of agents at results recording level. So, this is what I want to say. People that have always demonized Azimio have always told Raila that you do not have agents in Mount Kenya. Fine. So I want us to look at it this way. Why is it that Ruto did have many agents in my village? I can tell you. I was being told in my village, my polling station back home, they did not see who the agent. But zilikuwa. In William Ruto's counties of Uasin Gishu and Nandi, while I did not have quite a number of agents there, but those results are not contested. Now, it is only in Mount Kenya that the question of agents comes up. And people that have always spoken about agents have always said, how could agents in Mount Kenya? Don't we also agree that he also didn't have agents in Uasin Gishu? What will make it special for him to have agency in Wasingishu and not have it in Mount Kenya? And why are we normalizing it? So my point here is this, and I wish I'm given a chance to propose. Let this matter of agent management be domiciled within the commission. The politician, because the people we are calling agents and bragging about are not agents but sycophants that can even be bought. Yes. So it should be just the way you normally change returning officers. I think returning officers are changed. This issue, we have teachers in this country. Per school, we have second and primary school teachers. They normally invigilate results. During elections, they're not. These are informed people. Why don't we find a way that this issue of agents management is not left for the politician? It might be far-fetched, but that's my point. So it's high time we talk the discussion of elections. Election, not the discussion of individuals. Because I'm like, even if I've seen the son of Mdamba Msale saying, you know what, Chebukati's idea to this country. If this country was to go to anarchy, we would have gone for those individuals and someone think that this and this. I don't know what that anarchy could be. The real issue here is what was bringing that anarchy. Let me give a good example. In 2007, when we stupidly and shamelessly misbehaved, I've always called it a misbehaved politically, was the problem about even the fact that Kivitu did not know. It was the fact that Kivitu was kept hostage. So if hata ungenge kichwa yake, hata ungekuwa na ndege kichwa ya Kivitu, no, before he passed on, may God rest his soul in peace, he said that hata ajui mtu aliwin. What does that show you? We need to talk about the system and the independence, the influence. Guys, that's my end of it. I don't know what could be your thought, but that's my take.